How's it going, guys? This is Jamie. Well, I just saw the highly anticipated yet critically panned Venom. What did I think? Well, I'm once again gonna have to diverge from the critics because I loved it. I thought it was spectacular. I've been waiting for this movie all year and it did not disappoint me in the slightest. Before I go to bed, I wanted to briefly give my thoughts. Don't worry, no spoilers. I promise. With that being said, let's get started. I don't really see where critics are coming from, to be honest. The biggest thing that I've seen get attacked is the tone, which leads me to believe that big-name critics were coming in expecting a completely different movie. For me, I knew this was never going to be a humorless drama like Watchmen. Having watched all the footage and trailers, I went into the movie anticipating a black comedy, and that's exactly what I got. The tone perfectly embodies the character of Venom, really. It's dark and twisted, but also crazy and funny. Venom is sort of the Joker of Spider-Man alongside Green Goblin, and I have a hunch that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie will feel very similar. Many of you probably shared my concern about the movie being PG-13. Let me tell you though, this movie pushes the boundaries of PG-13. While it could have been a lot bloodier, don't get me wrong, the movie is just as vicious and violent as promised, and there's several instances of pretty adult language and themes. Hopefully by the second or third movie, we'll get Venom no holds barred, just like we did eventually with Wolverine. The movie is also oddly quite touching. The romance between Eddie and Anne is something I didn't think would be explored in very much depth, but it's a very believable and well-developed relationship, and I was really shipping them as I watched the movie. I also love the dynamic between Venom and Eddie. Eddie, trying to keep the symbiote under control, feels like the owner of a rambunctious dog, embarrassed when it acts up in public. Also, 100% transparency, Venom's love of tater tots inspired me to make an 11:30 p.m. run to Sonic. Thanks for staying open until midnight and being so cool about me pulling up when you're about to close, Sonic. You the real MVP. The movie certainly isn't perfect, and there are a couple of issues. For one thing, the final battle felt just slightly anticlimactic. The fighting was great, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't exactly end with a bang. Riot was intimidating as all hell though, don't get me wrong. And props to the writers for making such a good villain out of such a minor character from the comics. Some characters, on the other hand, yeah, fell a bit flat. Mona Lisa from Parks and Rec plays a scientist in the movie, and it just wasn't a great performance, I gotta be honest. I'm sure she's a fine actress, maybe it was just poor writing for her character, but it really took me out of the immersion whenever she was on screen, and she shows up a lot in the first act of the movie. Also, minor nitpick I'm not going to hold against the movie, the second post-credits scene sucked. The first one was great sequel bait, but the second one was just a plug for Into the Spider-Verse, and frankly felt like a big fuck you to anyone hoping to see Tom Holland show up. Certainly didn't detract from the movie, but the guy sitting next to me actually complained about it too. It's just unacceptable to make an audience wait until the very end of the credits just to plug another one of your movies. All in all though, Venom did not disappoint. While it certainly wasn't Infinity War, it didn't set out to be. Ignore the critics and go check this one out this weekend, because it was certainly no turd in the wind. I give Venom an 8 out of 10. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see more Marvel-related content, please subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell so you're notified every time I release a new video. Also, if you'd like to be a pal and help out the channel, feel free to contribute to my Patreon account. Any amount helps and guarantees that I can continue making these kinds of videos. Until next time, this is Jamie, saying... Hasta luego.